So deceleration. That's when you're slowing down. That's when most injuries happen. Now, are the injuries happening because of deceleration or because we don't train deceleration? Boom! All right, guys, today's an extra special treat. I got my business partner here, the head honcho over at Legacy at Carbon, Bryce Beal. What's up, bro?
Nothing. Appreciate it.
A lot's going on because we're talking about hamstrings. We're talking about groins. So it seems like if you look at when a baseball player sprints to first base and at the end he pulls up with a hammy, it's usually not during the run to first base. It's after he touches the bag and he starts to slow down. Slowing down is deceleration. So why? And I ask this question, why are people getting hurt slowing down? You also look at football. You look at tennis. Usually when people tear it, it's not when they're making the explosive blast. It's not when they're accelerating. It's not even absolute speed. It's the deceleration, the slowing down. Bryce, what do you think's going on, bro?
I think too many people overemphasize your acceleration, your top end speed, or your max velocity, and they spend all of their kit and caboodles. They don't focus on actually teaching kids how to stop, whether it's off a jump, off a sprint, any kind of change direction. Everyone literally just focuses on how to accelerate. When reality is, you're probably at, I'd say, maybe 85%, 80% of your top speed in the game while you're making that decision or reaction to the stimulus. And no one ever focuses on it. No one plays small-sided games. You know, that's a whole nother thing we can get into. So I think where people go wrong, they focus on one side of the story. They don't actually want to break down and concentrate on what actually matters when making those decisions is the deceleration and how quickly you can get in and out of your cuts.
So the beautiful thing about this channel, we not only have athletes watching it, we have a bunch of dads who might have been athletes, who might currently be people who lift. I'm not going to say bodybuilders because I'd say maybe 1% of this channel actually has or will ever compete. So look at it this way. If I was to train all chest and no back, I'd be like every dude at LA Fitness, number one. Number two is I would start to have an imbalance where I start to pull forward, my scapula gets weak, and I have poor posture. If I was to train all quads and no hamstrings, my knees would start to hurt because I'd have a bunch of pressure pulling on one side and not the other. So imagine if you're an athlete and you're training 85 to 90% of the time on explosion and acceleration and absolute speed. And I should probably explain that later, what the hell that means. And you train only 15% of slowing down. So you get really fast, but you don't know how to stop. It's like a car with no brakes. You're going to crash into a tree. You're going to break your car. So you have to train things equally. That's why at Legacy at Carbon, we focus and emphasize even on our acceleration drills, even on our balance drills, on our mini hurdles, on our box jumps. We put more emphasis on deceleration than we do acceleration. You might ask yourself, hey, can I just do that through eccentric lifting? Not necessarily. That makes you sore.
Yes. That's
it's a whole night. This is a 20-minute video.
If you're starting, for any dad, for any athlete, literally stand on a chair, stand on your couch, drop off your couch, literally just hop off and see if you can actually stick your athletic landing.
So athletic landing, if you want, you go to Legacy at Carbon on Instagram, at Legacy at Carbon, the word at in between Legacy and Carbon. And we actually have some videos of deceleration. Yep. And there's a way to land, toe to heel, using your upper body as a shock absorber. And honestly, I'll be real. I've gone to a lot of local facilities in Illinois. Dr. Stu at Paradigm does a great job. Obviously, you did a great job when you were there. But not every other facility I've been to in the Tennessee area that I live, and also in Illinois, in other places I visited, not one facility has emphasized the proper landing and deceleration. And if there's anything I want, look, man, We put our stuff out there for everybody to copy. We literally have local coaches copying us daily. And we're okay with that because at the end of the day, coaching's like teaching. Nobody becomes a school teacher to make millions of dollars. And the reason we're coaching is to help kids not get injured. So if we can help other coaches who might not have the experience and the knowledge and give them that experience and knowledge, then would we like to take the kids out of their facility and put them in ours? Yes, we like getting paid too. But remember that whole saying, if we can just save one life, if we could just save one ACL, all ACLs matter, all knees matter.
I don't mean to laugh. It's just that you look at whether it's non-contact or contact, majority of the time it's, I won't say always deceleration based, but as a very high probability that it is.
Yes.
And even in just getting hit and being able to absorb and essentially get out of that cut or position, like it's not hard. Like I look at my son literally running full speed, waddle, terrible form, but waddling and being able to stop.
His son's 1.5,
yes.
not 13. Just put that. It's not Thomas.
Yes, nowhere near any of that. But I look at that and it's made me go back and look at literally everything almost backwards again and go through another rabbit hole where, I got a drill for people that if you want to see how bad you are at deceleration, put 3 cones, maybe 2 yards. So 10-yard sprint, 15-yard sprint, cone at a line, yard or 2 later, another cone, another cone, another cone. Essentially you make like a little box out of it. See how fast you can actually decelerate. Like if you're obviously, I'll say just the best in the world, you look at like Tyreek Hill and really any NFL football player, basketball, soccer, they can decelerate so rapidly that it's obviously a game changer for them. But you look at kids, I put any amount of money, majority of my kids, you run full speed, 100%, and you try to stop at the first cone, you won't. Very rarely will you see it happen. So like getting kids to understand how to do that is key for especially success just in a closed environment. But that's what you see majority of the time in the deceleration. Like I like to be creative. I like doing things outside the box. So like as we get more and more kids involved in like your groups, you can play small-sided games. Imagine playing tag. Simplest form of like deceleration, change direction, reaction. Besides having phenomenal blaze pods.
Yeah. We have blaze pods, by the way.
You just essentially play tag and you just add different variants, bags, whatever kind of obstacle that just takes up space. And you can have them run from one side if you're on offense and defense and just switch. And that's kind of the big thing is like no game is, it's not planned. Like, 0 parts of games planned besides like an actual play. So getting kids to react and actually have the urgency to get in and out of cuts, it's really simple to do, but people really overcomplicate this entire process of game speed.
Game speed is different than 40-yard dash, and it's weird how there's some people who just have game speed. And they might not run a 4.2, but you get them on the field, they look like they run a 4.1.
Absolutely.
And just to let you know, like, so we bought this VO camera. It was $3,500 total, I believe, and we still haven't gotten the bag for the tripod, which is about the size of us. It's
400 pounds.
Yeah, and so the reason we got that is we train a girls lacrosse team, and we're going to film every one of their games ourselves so we get their movement patterns. And we're going to get the same thing for soccer teams we coach. Same thing for basketball teams we coach. So with us, it's all about, okay, my kids are extremely strong. But I'm the first to tell everybody and tell all of our athletes at Legacy that nobody cares how much you deadlift on the field. However, if you are explosive and you're able to move, and you literally, Cammie did this last game, you juke somebody where their shoes almost fall off, that's when it matters. So it all transfers. So, when you go to the gym, and I want to reinstate this, like for kids, you know, a lot of kids are ego-based. You see a lot of kids bouncing bars off their chest on bench, football players. I've never seen it worse than the state of Tennessee. It's like every strength coach out here is like, I want you to break your sternum. I've never seen anything like it, and there's not enough of us to fix everybody. So I just want everybody here to keep watching. We're gonna have, I'd like to do like 2 of these a week.
You do a lot of them.
And keep watching. And when you have an opportunity to help a child, realize that you could be saving their knee. That's what ended both of our careers. Yeah. And you could be saving, and that could take them further in life. It could get them into college. It could give them the confidence to take it to the next level, because nothing's worse than at 14, 15 years old, before you even know what your potential is, to end your career because of injuries. And I'd like to say the number one thing that I have in my gym, and Bryce might be different, I have 2 rules, and that's number 1 is we don't get injured. Number 2 is we don't get bullied. The rest, you know, the rest is semantics, because you can't play when you're injured. And if you're getting bullied, then we're not doing our job.
Yeah, then, like you said, that just leads into more and more parts of what coaching actually is. But like, for everyone else out there, it's not hard to find research. Like, you pull up, I don't know how many things a week that sometimes just confuse me. Like, literally, all you have to do, look up deceleration, look up statistics, look up something.
It's right there.
And it's literally in your fingertips. But I don't think anyone does that around here.
Tennessee is kind of weird. I think the training was more advanced in Illinois, because I think that I think we're going to get better here as more people move here from more developed areas, meaning sports developed. But generally speaking, moving out here has been eye-opening, where I thought what we were doing in our circle with me, you, Dr. Stu, and Colton, I thought everyone was doing that. And it appears that no. No. So our job is to educate. And again, if you're in the Franklin, Tennessee area and you want to hang out with us, we have free sessions. Legacy@carbon.com. That's legacy@carbon.com. And if you let's say you want your kid to come do a week, like nothing would be better than y'all coming out here. We're 20 minutes from Broadway in Nashville. Yeah. We're 20 minutes from the airport. We're 20 minutes from everything. We're 20 minutes from where the Geodis Park, where Nashville Soccer Club plays. 25 minutes from where the Titans play. So again, it's a good vacation spot. Bring your kids out here. Let us have them for a week, and we'll change their lives. So that's that. Anyway, guys, this is Bryce. We're going to do a lot of videos together because he works here. And this is what I'm passionate about. This is where I want this channel to go. And I know that this channel is aging, meaning that a lot of y'all have kids now and you want to do what's best for them. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Marc alongside Bryce. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to this channel, click the notification bell. Remember, that's not a game. Training intensity is everything. If you want to build muscle, if you want to get better, if you want to go hard, you need to train intense. A lot of pre-workouts, they get you intense. But then what happens? You crash. A lot of pre-workouts, they give you the pump. But then what happens? It wears off. A lot of pre-workouts, they'll give you all that stuff, but it doesn't add to your endurance. I want to be able to lift heavy. I want to be able to feel the pump. I want veins bulging from every single part of my body. I want to lift heavier weights every single time. I want to run farther. I want to run faster. I want to push harder, and I want to get bigger, stronger, and faster. And that's why I created Clash 3D. This pre-workout is next level, featuring 3D pump, Vasodrive AP, and a lot of other epic ingredients. Guys, this is the pre-workout that you need to take your workouts and your performance and your physique to the next level.